Hi gorgeous! So if you caught the last shopping trip and haul that we went on, then you know I picked up the MAC foundation sponge, and I had talked about doing a review comparing it with the beauty blending sponge. So that's what I'm doing for you today. I'll be doing an application demo between the two so you can see if there is a real difference in application, and then at the end of the video I'll let you know what it looked like at the end of the day and find out if both of these sponges are comparable or if one is indeed better than the other. Alrighty, everything I'm wearing on my eyes will be listed for you below, just in case anyone is curious. So, I am using the... Let's try this again. I'm such a klutz, I really am. Alright, on this side I'm going to be using the MAC sponge, and then on this side I'm going to be using the beauty blending sponge, so you can see the difference between these two. And I'll show you real quick what they look like side by side here. Focus camera, come on. Alright. So you can see the Beauty Blender is more cylindrical in form, whereas the MAC sponge is flat. Same shape, and there is a price difference between these two also. $10, $20. Bam! For the MAC sponge, you can use it damp or dry. It's up to you. I'm going to be using it damp in today's comparison video because that's usually how I use the Beauty Blending sponge. And the foundation I'm using to apply with both of these is from Lancome. This is the Taint Idol foundation in shade number 100 Ivory N. And I'm going to do the foundation first and the concealer last. And I'll do them separately. Normally I just combine them together, but I'll do them separately so you can see if there's a difference between both of the sponges. And beginning with the MAC, go ahead and blend all that in. Now as far as how both of these are for holding them, there isn't a real difference that I've noticed between the two. I find them both to be really comfortable to work with. I feel like the MAC sponge is just a tiny bit easier to work with because it is flat and it allows you to get into crevices like that around your nose really easy. But I don't find it to be uncomfortable to work with. It's very fluid, and I feel like it gives you the same great finish as a beauty blending sponge. I almost feel like it's a little quicker too. So there you go. I showed you in real time how that applied the foundation. Go ahead and try to blend it into my nose here a little bit. And there you go. Finished side with the MAC sponge. And then I'll use the beauty blending sponge on this half. And when I say that the MAC sponge is quicker than the beauty blender, I wouldn't say there's a dramatic difference. Like I wouldn't say it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes faster. I feel like they're both fast application methods. But I feel like I have to do less, what's the word? Finagling with the MAC sponge than I would with the beauty blending sponge. And there you go. So beauty blender this side, MAC sponge this side. And then I'll go ahead and apply the concealer. I'm using the one from Ellis Fast today, maybe. Oh, this is in the shade S201. And I'll go back with the MAC sponge on this side. And I've had questions in the past about should I apply my concealer first or my foundation first? It's really up to you. I don't feel like there is a right or wrong way to do it. I do it both ways, and I would say if you're going to need more coverage, then apply your concealer last. But if you don't need a lot of coverage, then you can apply them both at the same time. And the trick is not to bring the foundation up over the concealer. That way you're not covering up what you've applied. And see that, I think I like the MAC sponge a little better simply because it has that flat pointed tip to be able to get in underneath the eye. I'll show you with the beauty blender on this eye. Not a whole lot of difference between these two. It's really going to come down to personal preference as to which one you prefer. But for underneath the eyes especially, and then on the inner corner of the eye, I do like the MAC sponge a lot better. You can see why. It's kind of weird doing it, but Yeah, there you go. So there you can see the difference. MAC sponge, beauty blending sponge. And then I'm gonna set the face. I'm using a powder from Kevyn Aucoin. I have a powder and a new foundation from this line that I'm gonna be doing a review on very soon. Suffice it to say, I just love this stuff. And it works just as well with powder as it does with foundation. The other thing I liked about the MAC sponge in comparison with the Beauty Blender sponge is that MAC tells you to replace it once every year, which makes sense. Whereas Beauty Blender says, oh, you need to replace it every 3 months, which I don't agree with that. I mean, that's just them trying to turn something into toilet paper where you need to have it every single month, and I don't think that's right. And those are the final results. And you really can't tell the difference between the beauty blending side or the MAC sponge side. It really comes down to your own unique application preference. And for me, I love the Beauty Blender, don't get me wrong, I really do. But now that I've used the MAC sponge, I like the flat shape a lot more. And I feel like it contours easily to your face. And let's not even forget to mention the price. $10, $20, bam. No real difference between these two in terms of the results that you get and the lasting quality of the foundation on the face by the end of the day. I feel like they are identical in those regards. But like I said, I feel like it's going to come down to your own unique application preference as to which one is right for you. Me personally, I love the MAC foundation sponge. I like that it's flat. I like that it gets into the tight crevices around the face. And I also like that it's half the price of the Beauty Blending sponge. So for me, it is a winner on all levels. Let me know which one was your favorite based off of today's video. And if you've tried either of these, which one do you favor more? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful today, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.